Well, I mean, first of all, without learning, I don't know that we would fulfill all that we are intended to fulfill, which is potential we talked about. But I think learning is about being healthy, having a sharp mind, growing, and it's critical to success, but it's also a critical part of breathing. If you're not learning, you're not living. Well, again, I believe that if you're not learning, you're not growing. And there's this old saying about a guy that St. Pete, when he got to heaven, he says he's looking for the greatest leader that it was. And he was told that the leader's right over there. And he said, no, that was a cobbler on Main Street. And someone said, well, no, he could have been, had he been and gotten through the potential that he had, but he didn't. So if you don't use potential, you lose it. And so I think it's critical for our minds to stay sharp, to grow, and just to be the best that we can be. Well, inside of that moment of learning to dance, now at the moment I was giving back to girls, and I danced so that I could win $3,000 to $6,000, and I won second place. So I know that because I have 2 left feet, and I learned in 8 weeks how to not only cha-cha and do Latin samba and learn how to do ballroom dance, I do that today every time I get a chance because I grew from that. I was able to join Dancing with the Stars in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and it was a competition this past summer for my nonprofit. And little did I know when I thought, I talked to the board and they said, well, you're it. And so I'm like, I'm getting ready to dance. And they said, well, the invitation's there. Someone has to do it. So I did it. And quite honestly, I was afraid. I was nervous. And that moment is nothing like speaking in front of people. I've spoken in front of people for years from work. Dancing is different. If you go out on stage for 300 to 500 people to dance, it's a whole different fear factor, right? But what I grew most in that process from was learning to trust someone else, my dance partner. He taught me about trust. He taught me how to allow him to lead me, and he led me to a new passion that I have, which is dancing. But I learned not only to depend on someone else, because we're also independent, that you can still collaborate, get through this, and then make music with someone else. So to me, that's what I consider that I've learned in most recent times.